Vittu, kör tagning 2. Woo! Welcome everyone. My name is Whoozaa and I will go through a really basic, like a beginner guide for Civilization 6. I'm new to the game myself, 50 hours in, and I will explain the basics like you were on my level. I know absolute nothing how anything works. So, welcome man. So, for this game, here we have the first screen. There's nothing weird here. We have single player, multiplayer, game options, additional content, Hall of Fame, tutorial, benchmark, credit, exit to desktop. Single player looks like this. Resume game if you have something going on, upload, say, play now, scenarios, create a game. But you can also play multiplayer, nothing weird, and the tutorial, how to learn the basics. If you struggle with the game, you can do the tutorial. But if you want to focus on one thing at a time, I can also recommend to play the scenarios. For example, Alexander is just focusing on the fighting. Have Path to Nirvana, that's a religion. We have Outback Tycoon, that is Australia, a lot of economics, just explore and get a lot of gold going. So if you don't want to do the tutorial because that's too basic, you could just jump to the scenarios. That's what I did. I didn't do the tutorial. I just went to the scenarios and I did one thing at a time. I learned how to build, how to get gold, and so on. That's a perfect way to start the game. So let's see what we get when we launch a game. Let's take single player and we go play now. Okay, here we can see, here is the screen where you create your game, and you just pick a leader. Maybe just how they look, and in the beginning don't think too much. Maybe just go random leader. But later, when you get comfortable, maybe choose some one of the leaders in the scenarios. Then you're a little bit comfortable how they work. But otherwise, just pick random leader. But maybe you're from a certain country, or maybe read about a character in the history. You can see Gandhi, Gilgamesh. Both of them are huge characters in our history. So, one of my favorites are Cleopatra, because I know her quite well, and you can always read here on the side what is their speciality, and maybe depending on your playstyle, different characters can fit you differently. So let's just pick Cleopatra, and here you can see which game difficulty. Just pick Prince. That's in the middle. Take easier or harder if you want to. And I chose the map East Asia, but as you can see, there is a lot. So let's start the game.
From the first stirrings of life beneath water to the great beasts.
When the game is starting up, here you can read some flavored text, a bit of a lore, and also Mediterranean bride. Your trade routes to other civilizations provide +4 gold for Egypt. Other civilizations' trade routes to Egypt provide 2 food for them and +2 gold for Egypt. So her speciality is to have trade routes because it generates more cash, and you will get this extra gold for every turn. So if you choose a route that's 30 turns, you will get 4 gold every single turn. So you can easily generate a lot of cash. And also here we'll see a unique land unit. Only Egypt have this one, and also Sphinx, a unique improvement. So let's begin the game and see. As you can see, we did start here. And like a random map, a random location. So here we can see, here is two food, one production. So the food is how quick the city will grow, and I want to grow quick. So I'm going up here to four food. So let's walk over there, but depending on the terrain. Right, I hope you woke up. So depending on the terrain, you will have different kind of movements. Like if you go over this riverbed, it will be harder. It will take extra movement to get past. And when you get roads, you can be able to take extra. So depending if you walk on plain land, on a road, or grass, forest, you will have different movement. So we did all our movements right now, and we're taking a new turn. And now you see we have it's recommended settlement location. This means a game is recommending we're settling down here because maybe we're getting extremely good growth here. As I said, these food, more food that you have in your city, quicker you will grow. And I skip. I think this is a good location. We can walk back, but otherwise you could just click skip. And here we go. Found a city. So that's so easy. You just find a location that you think fits for you, and found city, and that's how you build getting your first city. It's quite simple. And now you see it's 3 food and 1 production, and worked by 1 citizen, and we are on level 1. And you see that green thing up here? That's how long it will take until your city levels up. And when the city levels up, we can put 1 worker, 1 citizen to work one of these fields. And if we want to grow quicker, we maybe want him to be here where we gather 3 extra food, and the city will keep on growing even quicker. And choose a production. Early on, I want to get a scout because I want to know where's all the resources. Like a good beginning is to scout out where everything is. And you might have seen we had recommended a city place to build. It was here and here. I decided to pick this spot because we get the sea and the river at the same time. And that's why we can get some ships going, we can go fishing, there is a lot of potential. And yeah, we can go exploring. And we did take this path, don't waste any movements. So now when we have the city, and we have scouts coming in 10 turns, we can choose research. And when we choose research, just look around, what do we have? We don't have any animals around, so we don't have to pick that. And also, we don't have any mining resources nearby, so we don't need to take that either. So, but we do have fish, so maybe we should start with sailing, so we can get some fishing boats. So it's quite easy. Just look what you have nearby. You see all these icons, and here's the fish. So we're picking the fish. So we don't have much to do right now because it's early game. Just 4 turns in. You can see how many turns you have taken. 4 turns out of 500. So we were exploring with our barbarians. We're still waiting for the scout that will arrive in 10 turns. When you click on your city, you will get these symbols. If you click on the barbarians, you will see the warriors. Here you see melee strength and movement. They can go 2 squares and 20 melee strength. So here we go. Move 2. Fortify. Skip turn if you don't want to move. And alert. And we're done with those. Maybe we want to click on this city. And here we see toggle city details. What is this? What is the city details? And purchase style, manage citizens, purchase item with gold, fate. What is this? You don't need this, but it's really good idea to look into this. Okay, this is how cities work in Civilization 6. If you open up city details, here you will see the name. You can also rename this. Okay, let's see. Whoozaa is best. So now our city is called Whoozaa is best. And 2 turns until a new citizen is born, and then that citizen will work somewhere here within the city border. You see the yellow. This is our land, and we can play. He can work somewhere inside. An amenity of 1 amenity of 0 required. Status happy. Your cities can rebel, and that's why you maybe want to build a church, maybe some theaters, something that makes it fun, that we would want to live there. And here you can read behind my cam. Oh gosh, you see, you can't see them otherwise, but there we go. There's a lot of info underneath. As I said, 1 out of 0 required. Our city status is happy. Let's see if we can pull this one back. There we go. And yeah. So this is all about. You will see war awareness. Like if you are too crazy with doing war stuff, it will inflict on the city status. But yeah, here it says amenities from religion. If you have a lot of religious stuff going on, they might get way happier. So if you don't know why, there's a lot of barbarians popping up from nowhere. I did get that yesterday, and it was because my city was unhappy. They rebelled on me, and yeah, they screwed me over. But yeah, here you get a lot of info. Like if you have not enough food, you might want to reassign so someone is working more food. Or you have really slow production. For example, if it says you have 120 turns until completion, your citizens might just be gathering food. There is no cogwheels. So the cogwheels means production. More cogwheels, it will goes quicker. So for example, this place is awesome for growth. We will become big quick, but our production will be really, really slow because we don't have any cogwheels. Cogwheels equal production. But here we come to next part. Purchase tile. You will automatically get every few turns an extra tile. So in 6 turns we will get this tile. And you can purchase a new tile wherever you want, as long as it's adjacent to your city. So that's it. So we will buy this tile, 2 extra cogwheels, 2 food, which will lead to both bigger growth and more production. And I told you, here we have the managed citizens. So here we see 1 head, that head you can't move at all. But this one, we can move him around. So yeah, apparently when you move him, there's a lock coming on him. I think this is when you have multiple heads that are moving around, so you won't flip the same head all over the place. So if you wasn't happy with him here, you can just take the lock away by clicking on it, and then you just move it to the other place. So let's him play on the rice field. And rice is a bonus resource that you can trade with other players in your game. Maybe a friend or an AI. So here we go. Purchase an item with gold. Like if you have a lot of trade routes or a lot of income, you can boost your way with buy an extra settler. Settlers found new cities. Builder, improve. Like we can improve these areas so they will get more resources. Like if you use builder here, instead of 3 food, we would get 4 food, and which leads to even bigger growth. And we can also buy buildings. But maybe you don't do all of this cash. You hate coin. You don't want gold and diamonds. You can get the same thing through fate. Now I can't see the fate options because I don't have a church. So when you invest in fate and religion, etc., you will get the option to buy different things with fate. And here we have a more unique luxury resource, animal husbandry. And to get the husbandry, etc., you have to get the builder, because your builder can fix, so you get the luxury item and sell it to others. And here we are scouting with our barbarians, and ooh, look at that, and settlements. And we have nothing to do right now. We're just waiting for our scout to come back. But look, there we go. We are level 2 right now. And I didn't notice, but in 4 turns we will get 1 more level. So we can take a look. Many citizens. And where did he go? Well, 2 food. One cogwheel, because maybe it went automatically, so the game said, okay, we need a higher production. You don't have to do this, but we could just switch from this to this. So we want the city to be even quicker done. And the next turn, we go taking this a little village. And Eureka, the villagers shared a hidden technical secret. So capture these villages, we can get some bonuses. So go take those. And next turn. And we have nothing else to do. We just continue scavenging. And you will see the bonus resources. So these are stuff that you can sell to others and you get more cash. But some buildings might require that you have, for example, iron, oil, uranium, but also units. So you want these, and that's why you should explore, because you can't get some kind of melee units if you don't have iron. And here you can see 3 gold, 1 food. So here, if we would have a city here, we want to have 1 citizen here to work this spot. But you see, it requires sailing, and that's what we are working on here. So if we have 1 worker working here, we would get 3 gold and 1 food every turn. So what you should think about? Build your first city. Build somewhere where you have a lot of food, so your city will grow quick and you will get extra citizens. Then also you want some kind of production nearby, because the productions will let us get, for example, our scout. It took 10 turns to get one scout, and that's a lot of time. But it could have been a different setting, and maybe 2 cogwheels and 2 food here, and we would have way quicker production. So that's how the food and production comes in, and that's everything that you have to know. And you can just put your workers to different places. See, now we have 2. They're working their asses off. And next turn. And see, we're getting all the areas. Mountains you can't walk on, but you can create tunnels way later. Don't think about it early on. And we just passed through.
Vessels large may venture more.
Here we go. Unlocked
but
this
little
tech.
boats should keep
Galley,
shore.
promotion class naval melee, fishing boats. So now we can put citizens to fish. I can show you how. Allows builders to embark. And now we can put builders on the water and send them overseas. And now we have to choose a research. As you see, we now see animals. They're starting to pop up. So you can always look what's recommended to build. We have pottery and husbandry. And here we have holy site, as I spoke about, if you want something with faith. But that's in the future, we don't need that yet. But maybe we want our own pet elephant. So let's go with animal husbandry. You could also just switch to pottery. But the good thing to do is just follow what's recommended. The little tiny girl here in a circle. Follow her lead. And just click, a unit needs your orders. And here down on the map, you can see show full screen. It will look like this. I never used this myself, but yeah, this is our base pretty much. And close. And yeah, that was the full screen. Then we have toggle strategic map. Looks like this. I don't use this one much myself either, so you don't have to care about it. So, and when we want to take the map off, you just click again. Map pins, if you want to make your own pins that you want to remember. You just click add pin and click. And we're putting a sword because we're going to send soldiers. This is our glory spot. And yeah. Map options, show grid. Oh, okay. Like if you don't think this is really annoying to see, I want to see those. They're gone. But yeah, it's a little bit hard to know what you want to do if you don't see anything where they are. But here we go, they're back. You can also take these squares away, that's grid. Show resource icons. I would recommend to have these. It's a lot of input, but it also shows where everything is. And just continue. And next turn. And next turn we're getting this. And see, we're level 3 now. So it's a really slow start, but it don't have to be hectic. And here we can check again. In 9 turns we're getting this place. But we want to spice things up. Purchase tile. And that's how you get a spot. And see, depending on nearby tiles, they are 50 gold. But this one is 75 because it's further away from your capital. And more tiles you have, the more expensive they will get. But let's see now. See? The game is so smart. It will choose the most recommended areas first. So here we go. But if you have like a different opinion, you can have someone up here. So instead of 1 production, we are going for 2 food and 1 gold because we want to use that gold. But early on, I would recommend to don't do that. Go for food and production. That's the only thing you need early on. And everything will come with that. But if you're afraid that your city will get unhappy or you don't know what the heck is happening, just click on the toggle city details and you will get all the info, crunching numbers like food consumption is -6, but food per turn is 10, which means we're good to go. But more we build, more citizens will come here and we need more food. So maybe we don't want to, what should I say, have a lot of food tiles.
Units like scouts are unique.
Oh, look at that.
Gain experience by
Look at
exploring and
that.
discovering parts
We
of the
have
world.
barbarians nearby, and these will pop up wherever, whenever, and they will attack you and steal units from you, like settlers and builders, and they will the enemies as well. So don't lose your settlers and builders. But yeah, as I said, maybe you don't want to have a citizen on all of these. Maybe you want that gold. Then we can produce a builder. I will just do it to show. Like, I want a builder, so I can improve these areas, and then I can put a new citizen here, and so we can get the extra gold. But it's recommended to get settlers, so we will actually take that one. It's actually good to have more cities early on, because you can get a trade route going, and you will get more money, more production, etc., etc. But yeah, next turn I will show you how fighting works. You can already see how they are looking. They have totally better armor than my soldiers, but we will look how it looks. Let's take a look. And yeah, here's our scouts. Scouts have a lot of movement, and we have already been there. But let's go out here and see. So yeah, fighting. So here we can see the computer will tell you how the fight will go. Here it says minor defeat. We have warriors, 20 base strength, 10 combat versus anti-cavalry units, and we're fighting spearmen. 25 base strength, plus 3 idle terrain, plus 6 fortified defense. Yeah, you see they are inside here, so they will get some defensive bonus. And in total, they have 34 attack and we have 30. So let's see how it goes. So yeah, we both did lose, and they lost 30 health, we lost 33. And yeah, here you see one more village, and the scout has 10 strength. We don't want to engage battle. So yeah, in the beginning, what you really want to get your hands on is to have a good food production, have a good amount of food and then a good production. This is food, the cogwheel is production, and as you can see, it takes forever because our production is low. So when you choose your area, maybe it would have been wiser to be close. We would have put the city here instead of here. We would have got way more productions options nearby. But here we have a sea with extra food. We are growing quick, 6 turns to the next level. But it takes, then again, a lot of time to produce units. So think about that. And that's why we are doing this scouting, so we know where we want to place our next city. It can be far away, it can be nearby, doesn't matter. But I'm trying to keep them close, at least in the beginning. It's way easier to defend. So yeah, that's like the first things you have to think about when you're starting your first game. There's way more to think about later, but this is just how to get going. And last but not least, up here, this bar, you will see science per turn, 4 from cities, culture, and fate, and gold. Here you can see +5 from cities. Expenses 0 at the moment. Units will start to cost money later on. You will see more units you have, more gold are you spending, and you can actually get bankrupt, and people get mad, and they revolt on you. And here you also have a tech tree. It's a big tree. It's from Stone Age up to future tech. You can click I want rocketry, and then it will show how it goes. So I wanted the rocketry, and it will pick automatically for you what you want. I don't recommend doing this because the game lives and you might be producing something that you don't want. For example, we're not getting any gunpowder or metal casting, so it might not be the best idea. But that's something you can do. It can be a challenge. Let the game auto-select for you and see how well you're doing. And the same goes for civics trees, code of laws. Here you can see what you want. Like you don't know really what you want, but you maybe want political philosophy, because here you get a new government, like oligarchy. So 6 turns. No, not 6 turns, but the 6th pick will be at least a political philosophy, and you will get a new government. Or you just watch. And next, religion. Well, we don't see anything, but here you can have an overlook of your religion. You can build your own, or you just follow any other religion. It is a lot of fun. You can make a religion called STD and take over the world. And great people, these will you unlock and write later, and they will help you. And great works, you can add one of the great people can write something great, and you can look at here. You don't have to think about this in the beginning. Just skip great people and great works, and when you can the basics, you can check this up. And here's the Friday March, my time, and here is in game time, how many turns, how many years before Christ we are at the moment, And I can say around turn 50, you want 3 cities, pretty much. And yeah, that's it. Focus on food production, and if you have low production, it takes like 20 turns to get 1 unit, that might be, you have to rearrange your citizens, how they are working. Maybe you have a low gold flow, you can rearrange and you can do whatever. Maybe you want your city to grow even quicker and you focus everything on food production for 1 city. And that's it. Basics. Thank you for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, and please write in comments what you want me to think about. And stay awesome.